You respect extended version. My name is Kevin. It's time for the social media segment. Social media segment. This is how we're going to start it. We all know this happened in Ghana, and it's all about. It's been 3 years. A year. Ahmed Hussein-Suale was shot in Ghana after a year on a Tiger IPI. A year. One of the biggest undercover jobs. A year number 12 expose. Anas, who is the head of Tiger Eye, and his colleagues, Ahmed Hussein-Suale was part of. They did everything possible to expose criminals in our FA, in our football sector. Now, lots and lots of has happened. It is so shocking that after 3 years, the Ghana Police Service, led by Dampare, they are yet to release a statement to tell us how far the investigation has gone. It is quite disheartening when you have a whole police force. They keep telling you they have said the competent men to do the job. We have to understand that Ahmed Hussein-Suale was doing his job. He left behind a wife and about 2 kids. He was doing his job as a Ghanaian first, like the way we all do every time. We are all journalists. We have different kinds of journalism. I do a lot of investigative job. Anas Arimiao, Anas does a lot of investigative job undercover. So to see a Ghanaian who is trying to help Obwa, Emma, Chrono, any corruption, into Ewa Ghana. Now, at the end of the day, the person will lose his life. Now, remember, Ahmed Hussein-Suale did not just come out for people to say, let's murder him. It was when a member of parliament, Eba on the TV, so Eddie Ahmed Hussein-Suale picture, he showed the picture of Ahmed Hussein-Suale on national television. And it wasn't just showing the picture, it was at the end of the day telling people out there that this guy is somebody who has been an undercover journalist for all these years. I am going to expose him. I'm going to show his face. Because remember, all undercover journalists abroad, in Ghana, everywhere in the world, their strongest or their biggest weapon is staying undercover. People not knowing who they are. So if a member of parliament who knows the consequences of this, who makes laws, sit on national television or sit on his TV and puts the face of this undercover journalist on TV, and not just that, makes a statement to say that anybody can go after this guy and that I will and take care of him and I will pay. It is very, very serious. Now, what makes it serious is it is one, that action by that member of parliament is basically to make sure they mute or he mutes journalists who have decided to put their lives on the line to expose criminals. It is very important. The disheartening thing is majority of Ghanaians, and when I say majority of Ghanaians, his own colleagues in his own party, the MPP, from the president to the last messenger in this government, they have refused to make a statement about the murder of Ahmed Hussein-Suale. Tiwa Adedankwa was there as the CID boss. Nothing happened. We brought in this guy called Ken Yeboah. Nothing has happened. Today, we have a new IGP. Nothing is happening. You ask yourself as a journalist in Ghana, what next? Are you going to be the next person to be killed? Because remember, Ahmed Hussein-Suale was Ghanaian. People knew him in his community. They didn't know the kind of job he does or he did. People didn't really know what he actually did as a human being or as a Ghanaian. Ahmed Hussein-Suale didn't hurt anybody. Ahmed Hussein-Suale's job was to expose people behind the scenes, people who were duping Ghanaians. Remember, Ahmed Hussein-Suale did not go into anybody's home and force them to confess. Every statement that came out of the number 12 expose, they were voluntary statements from people who were suspect or people who were being investigated. The last time I played a video of Kwesi Nyantakyi talking about the president of the republic, Nana Addo Akufo-Addo, who is behind all the corruption that the president is behind. The president did not have any money. The president is actually a prime witness to all that is happening in this government. And that if those people, and that those people I'm talking about were the undercover journalists who were trying to get to the truth. You always need to talk. You always need to try and get to the truth. Nobody till date in Ghana has come out to say Anas Arimiao, Anas Ahmed Hussein-Suale, or any member of the Tiger PI pointed a gun at Kwesi Nyantakyi to make those statements. Nobody. We are still waiting for somebody to come out and say Anas and his group pointed a gun at them, bribed them to say anything they said. Till date, nobody has been able to say. It means every single thing that you heard in the number 12 documentary was a voluntary, was an honest statement from these people who were committing crimes, like Kwesi Nyantakyi telling us about the president, telling us about Mahmoud Bawumia, how much it's going to take, Kabo telling Kwesi Nyantakyi. So it's nothing like it was cooked. It was an investigative piece. If you're a young Ghanaian or an old Ghanaian and as a journalist in Ghana, you are in GIJ now and you think you are different, you are special, nothing can happen to you, my friend, you are being a fool. You are fooling yourself and you are tickling yourself. You can be murdered like Ahmed Hussein-Suale any day. And those people who, at the end of the day, incited criminals and murderers against Ahmed Hussein-Suale are still in Ghana. In fact, we cannot forget Ahmed Hussein-Suale, and we cannot forget the people who made sure that Ahmed Hussein-Suale's face was showed on national television for him to be murdered, killed, taken out of this world. These same people are walking on the streets of Ghana telling us that they are the lawmakers. Somebody who, at the end of the day, sits on national television to even tell. You know what hurts about this Ahmed Hussein-Suale murder? After this MP Kennedy Japan showed the face of Ahmed Hussein-Suale on TV, he went further to say he never regrets showing the face of Ahmed Hussein-Suale on national television. That is what he said, and it's on record that he never regrets doing that. So it means that after his actions, he does not have any pity, remorse, nothing. He feels he did the right thing for a man who was doing his job, exposing criminals to be killed. He feels that he is happy. He feels he has done the right thing by taking his soul, which only God, Allah, in his own wisdom can take. He feels happy. He feels honored to make sure he reveals the identity of an investigative journalist to be murdered. He feels the kids don't deserve a dad. He feels Ahmed Hussein-Suale's wives did not deserve to live with them. But he feels he needs to live on this earth. And that is what we have to be careful about. Ahmed Hussein-Suale was an ordinary Ghanaian who was doing the right thing to serve Ghana. His job was basically like a soldier on the field, exposing criminals, exposing adversaries, exposing people who were acting through their corrupt activities, killing people indirectly. The actions of these people in Ghana football at the end of the day went a long way, rippled to destroy a lot of people. And Ahmed Hussein-Suale, Anas and the rest put their lives on the line. What we are doing here today is basically the same as what Ahmed Hussein-Suale did. So I sitting here, I can be killed like Ahmed Hussein-Suale because people or those actors who said they never felt anything bad after showing the face of Ahmed Hussein-Suale being killed, shot and murdered, those same people can murder us, show our face and incite people against us. This is a national issue. The IGP is quiet. Our police service, they have shown that they don't have any credibility. To date, no official statement has come from the police. No witness, no suspect has been arrested. And this is a Ghana police that people sit and say we should trust. Dan Pare has ignored the matter. The CID boss, they have all ignored the matter. The president has not spoken about it. And this should tell you as a Ghanaian that we are living in a country where there isn't any democracy under Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo. This government is a murdering machine. It is a treasure hunt government. Anybody who comes across them, they will murder you like Ahmed Hussein-Suale. Who knew Ahmed Hussein-Suale? Do you know Ahmed Hussein-Suale? Have you seen him before? When did you first see Ahmed Hussein-Suale on TV? It is important as Ghanaians. We go back, we learn, and we reflect.
Boy, why are very dangerous? What in Madina haya? We share maybe I'm a panasu or buy a premises. I be say me Mumuno near baby Amitia. You are a bat. Sa Ahmed no. Mun show more pictures in the area. Somebody picked and children. We are almost what in Madina. Yes. Ayini boy no Ahmed no. We a friend Ahmed. The picture back one fan to Sunayakis. God good. The picture back what in Madina haya. What bad premises of a muno? So
as you can see rolling on the screen,
this is a boy. We're a bad boy. Why are very very dangerous. What Madina haya. We share maybe a mopa panasu or buy a premises abia me say me mumuno near baby amitia. You are bad. Sa Ahmed no. Mo show mo pictures no near where. Somebody picture and tell them. When you are so what Madina. Yes. Ayinini boy no Ahmed no. Wait, a friend Ahmed. The picture back one fan to soon and God good. The picture back what Madina ya. What back premises of the muno. So as
you can see, rolling on the screen.
This is a boy. We're a bad boy.
A Ghanaian undercover journalist has been shot dead. Ahmed Hussein-Suale was a member of Tiger Eye Private Investigations. He was driving home in the capital, Accra, when reports say men on motorbikes shot him 3 times. He was instrumental in a wide-reaching expose into corruption into Ghanaian football, about which the BBC's Africa Eye programme made a documentary. But after that documentary, this man, a politician called Kennedy Agyapong, circulated photos of Mr. Hussein-Suale and called for him to be beaten. In fact, last summer, the New York-based Committee to Protect Journalists called on Mr. Agyapong to stop threatening journalists. A Ghanaian undercover journalist has been shot dead. Ahmed Hussein-Suale was a member of Tiger Eye Private Investigations. He was driving home in the capital, Accra, when reports say men on motorbikes shot him 3 times. He was instrumental in a wide-reaching expose into corruption into Ghanaian football, about which the BBC's Africa Eye programme made a documentary. But after that documentary, this man, a politician called Kennedy Agyapong, circulated photos of Mr. Hussein-Suale and called for him to be beaten. In fact, last summer, the New York-based Committee to Protect Journalists called on Mr. Agyapong to stop threatening journalists. Agyapong circulated photos of a politician called Kennedy Agyapong. This man, a politician called Kennedy Agyapong, circulated photos of Mr. Hussein-Suale and called for him to be beaten. In fact, last summer, the New York-based Committee to Protect Journalists called on Mr. Agyapong to stop threatening journalists. This man, a politician called Kennedy Agyapong, circulated photos of Mr. Hussein-Suale and called for him to be beaten. In fact, last summer, the New York-based Committee to Protect Journalists called on Mr. Agyapong to stop threatening journalists. This man, a politician called Kennedy Agyapong, circulated photos of Mr. Hussein-Suale and called for him to be beaten. In fact, last summer, the New York-based Committee to Protect Journalists called on Mr. Agyapong to stop threatening journalists. This man, a politician called Kennedy Agyapong, circulated photos of Mr. Hussein-Suale and called for him to be beaten. In fact, last summer, the New York-based Committee to Protect Journalists called on Mr. Agyapong to stop threatening journalists. Well, Mr.
Now you sika, no idea to tablets. Who be do airport on clear tax. Now we hear it on. You think we are stupid in this country? Yes. You think we are stupid in this country? I respect Kokubako, but on to was. And yes, sir. Or defending guy no information of the back. What you say? That a nice boy. Baby I got. What you say? That a nice boy. Baby I got. What you say? That a nice boy. Baby I got. What kind of you say? That a nice boy. Baby I got. What you say? That a nice boy. Baby I got. What you say? That a nice boy. Baby I got. What you say? That a nice boy. Baby I got. What kind of nonsense you say? That a nice boy. Baby I got. You say? That a nice boy. Baby I got. What you say? That a nice boy. Baby I got. What kind of nonsense?
So it's very, very important to say these things, we don't just let it go. Ahmed Suale died for almost every journalist in Ghana. And it's so shocking that majority of the platforms in Ghana today, they don't see this as an issue. We have chiefs, kings, queen mothers, people who can speak for things to change. Is it because Ahmed Suale isn't part of their tribe? Is it because Ahmed Hussein-Suale isn't somebody they saw as one of them? Is it because Ahmed Hussein-Suale isn't part of what they wanted him to be part of? It's very, very important. We were here last week when we heard that some people from this government, national security, they invaded a radio station, Radio Ada Radio or something, beat journalists there. And these same people, over some time, have been they have been suppressing freedom of speech. What happened at Ada is just the tip of the iceberg. Sometimes when we do stories here and we insist on accountability, we insist that the system needs to work. Some journalists in Ghana, I'm not saying all, some of them sit back and say, Kevin Taylor is crazy. I am not in the shit you are in. I am outside that shit and I'm trying to protect you. So you see platforms like Ghana Web, they are not going to take this serious. They are not going to report on it. They are not going to insist for the right thing, the right investigations, push for the IGP to come out, the CID boss. No. All that they want to do is to cover up criminalities. Because when it comes to Ghana, a platform like Ghana Web, they control the news some way, somehow. Now, what that they will talk about tonight, you see what I'm talking about? They wouldn't pick it. They will go and pick. Kevin said something about Shatawale. That is what they want to talk on. But when journalists you are fighting for at the end of the day don't see the reason why they should protect or try and echo this to protect them, then what should we do? What do you want us to do? They are only happy when their enemies are being murdered. And I say that because go around the media platforms, the senior journalists, nobody cares about this Ahmed Hussein-Suale issue. They have not even called themselves together, called each other and said, let's hit the street and demand for justice for Ahmed Hussein-Suale, because Ahmed Hussein-Suale did the same job we are doing today and we can also be shot like Ahmed Hussein-Suale. None of them cares. So it is looking like these journalists, some of them, now go ask the GIJ. All that they can do is release a statement and sign some useless signature and say, push it, let the people think we care. The GIJ does not care. That's why I was speaking to this young journalist in Ghana. You saw what happened at Ada. MacDan is behind it. Bullying people, beating people up. This is what happened at Ada. Journalists are being beaten. It is not top story. Nobody cares. They spoke about it for a day or two. They ignored it because they consider those people there as a here for a Jimmy for suit. They are not on TV. What did they do at that radio station? They were educating the people. MacDan is a greedy businessman who wants to tap into everything in Ghana. He was on TV telling us that he's a party boy. Remember when Akufo-Addo came to power, the first day or 2 or weeks, he gave this guy over 10 million to just take. Today, MacDan has taken over one of our terminals to himself. Whatever is going to go through that terminal, it is only God is the only person who can tell us what will be going through that terminal. There was a time Kennedy Japan started fighting MacDan. People did not understand. It was about territory. It was about who handles what, who is going to allow what, who is going to make sure that traffic goes his way. Today, MacDan in Ghana has sent national security boys to go to a radio station to beat journalists up. Nobody is speaking. The Ghana Police Service comes out and says, you have put 10,000 Ghana citizens out. If you know the people who went to do that, IGP releases 10,000 Ghana citizens and tells Ghanaians, if you know, unim nipa okobo journalists now, say 10,000 Ghana citizens, beka na yankwachi omo, abra you the IGP, you know for a fact, and they have told you that these people came from national security. Kandapa is there. Kandapa knows. So Dampare gets up in the morning and he starts to act as if he is the all-knowing, all-honest. Dampare is the most dangerous IGP we've ever had in this country. A member of parliament was killed, cold-blooded. Dampare, a member of parliament, came to sit on TV to say, you know about the murders. You know about the people who killed JB Dankwa. To date, the police service, Dampare, they haven't spoken. What is stopping Dampare, who says he's the best, the honest, a man with integrity? I heard him saying that the police force, he's bringing back integrity. You yourself, you don't have integrity. I've told you several times, to prove to me that you have integrity, speak on the allegation that you know the person who killed JB Dankwa. Until you do that, you are just a sycophant who is capitalizing on the ignorance of the people to gain your own wealth. People have been beaten in radio stations, and this is what happened after they went to the Ada radio station.
Uncle, Mom is coming out. Oh! Well, for now, I'm not feeling fine. It seems I carry a heavy load on my head due to the beatings they gave me yesterday. I don't know, but I'm not feeling fine. Both physically and then everything, I'm not feeling fine. What they did to me yesterday, I decided to quit this job. Yes, I decided to quit this job. But we'll see the steps to take next.
Oh, okay. So let's take it back. At which point of the program did these men, unidentified men, at what time did they break in?
Around 11:30 a.m.
Okay.
I was hosting a program, a segment, and so the people calling in and then share their views concerning the program going on. Suddenly, I saw some 7-8 young birdsmen coming in. So you see, this is a community radio which is open to community people. Anybody can come here at any given time with his or her businesses. So I thought they were one of our clients. But when they entered at about a minute, I heard the front desk lady shouting. So I thought it's normal, this thing that they were doing. Then about 30 seconds, I heard them shouting, "Where is Noah? Where is Noah? Where is Noah?" Then I realized something is going to happen. So I wake up to close the door. And I closed the door and I lock it. Before I came back to my seat, I heard a knock on the door. Open this door, open the door. Who's in there? And the one was shouting, "Break the door. Use your leg, break the door. Use your leg, break the door." Before I would sit, the door was broke and they entered. Without asking me anything, without telling me anything, they started the beating. And they beat me, dragged me from the studio to the corridor. They asked me to lie down. In fact, they gave me a beating severely. They beat me badly. That's what happened yesterday.
Okay, you had earlier said that, per the program you were hosting at the time, they didn't really concern anything, or they didn't have anything to do with electrical or song, or as it were. So it would be quite strange for anyone to link the attack to what might be discussed on air. Can you touch on that?
Well, it has, the program is about marriage, a segment about marriage. So it has nothing to do with electrochem. It has nothing to do with electrochem and McDonough and his company. So I don't finger the reason why they were here. And I don't know, my brother, I don't know what prompted them to come here, destroy our equipment, and then beat me up.
This is what is happening under Ekufuado Bawumia Alankash government. This is what is happening. And nobody is speaking about it. Credit to Joy News. They covered the story. How far are they covering the story? How far are they moving the story? They just cover it one day, show it, and move on. But every single individual in those media houses, Joy News, Peace FM, Adum TV, Angel, what, Captain Smart, Unya. One day, they will turn the guns at you people and shoot you in the head because you're not angry enough. This is the same thing. In 2015-16, time and opposite for the president. Have you seen anything good? about the Mahama administration, or say he does not see anything, he does not want to talk about it. You are a journalist telling yourself you are neutral. You live in a country, you educate, you inform. That was the same time schools were being built. Kaswa was being built. Cycle was being built. Segleme housing was being built. Dumso was being fixed. It was the same time. That was the same time we were the government was trying everything possible to make sure that every single road, Cocoa Road, was being constructed. Contracts were being awarded. This guy, Kwame Sefakai, he was controlling the airwaves every morning show. He said he was not paid to speak about the good things the government is using our monies to do. So at that point, the issue was blank the people out, shut them out, and then let the people think the government isn't doing nothing. So deliberately, they sat on TV and told Ghanaians, Omuhushe. Abra, you Kwame Sefakai, the Kwekubakus, the rest, you all knew what was happening. For a journalist to say, don't ask me to tell you anything about the past government when they were in power, when I was handling the morning show, it means that person is a hypocrite. And you see, when people like that, we allow them to have roots in our system, this is where we get to. They don't care about these things because their job is to make sure Paul Adomochi Akoto Christmas tree, 100 billion. I can't 2 days. Or start in the crown Ghana airport. Nobody sees anything wrong with it. Now, sorry for no more. Sorry, for the Bekas and Yamishrao. We foolishly support or protect criminals. We stupidly defend criminality. So, what has happened today? All those people you were speaking about, all those people who were making noise, Betfable, all those journalists I showed you the last time, Yamomina position. Go back and listen to them 2012, 13, 14, 15. It was a deliberate act. That was a coup by journalists in Ghana. Ekufuado knows who they are. He paid them. He knows how easy they are to manipulate. And they cannot speak against Ekufuado. They can't speak against him because from day one, they started this plot. Today, under Ekufuado, journalists are being killed. Radio stations are being invaded. National security, they bring in thugs to wear uniforms, to go to polling areas, shoot Ghanaians, and journalists are quiet. It is dangerous. You keep saying, who should do the job? You keep saying it is dangerous. So who should do the job? If you can't, step away. If you can't do the job, step away. Ahmed Hussein-Suale knew his job was dangerous, but he was doing it. He knew that it was dangerous, but he was doing it because he wanted to protect you, the same citizens. So as we sit here today, anybody can be shot. Any journalist can be shot in Ghana, and they'll be shot by people with power because you people have not spoken. You people are not angry enough. You people have not shown that you can make them understand. You give them the power. And they will keep on capitalizing on your foolishness to kill you. So these so-called politicians, people with power, people with positions, they know your worth. They know your limit. They have tested it over the time. And for the past 5 years, they have tested it in 2 elections. And they know what you can do and what you can't do. You need to prove to them. I keep saying on my platform, the worst thing any Ghanaian would do is to lift a cutlass, a gun against another Ghanaian. No. But when anybody tries to do everything possible to distract or to obstruct or kill our democracy, that person becomes the enemy of the people. Anyone who sent a thug to go and kill Ghanaians because we are having an election, that person is standing before you and your democracy. That person needs to be taken care of. If anybody says, kill Ghanaians, go and kill Ghanaians and let me win power, that person is the enemy of the state. The person who manages the armed forces, the person who manages the police, the person who has the power to make sure investigations are done for people for results to be out, those people who fail to do that job, they become the enemy of the people. The president, the Ghana Armed Forces boss, the IGP, the CID boss, these are the enemies of the people. You, the people, are not enemies. You cannot fight each other. You have given that responsibility to people to handle. Have they delivered? Ahmed Hussein-Suale has been killed after a member of parliament showed his face and actually went ahead to say, kill him, and that I will pay. And nobody sees anything wrong with it. These same people are parading in our parliaments, saying they are honorable men. We should give them respect. We should give them protection. We are feeding them without taxes. It's very important that as Ghanaians, we start looking at these things very well. The president and this NPP government, this Bawumia government, this Alan Chamantin government, they don't deserve to lead Ghana again. If even the devil competes against them, the devil needs to lead, because what they have done is greater than what the devil can do. I'm saying that if even the devil from under the land or the sea, from under hell comes to compete or contest Bawumia and Alan Cash, the devil needs to win. You know why? Because what they have done is greater than what the devil can do. They look in the eyes of their fellow Ghanaians and kill them broad day. 9 people shot dead. The Ghana Armed Forces boss is sitting there quietly. He sees nothing wrong. He hears nothing. The IGP sits there, no investigations. A journalist was murdered. A member of parliament was murdered. No result. Ignorant Ghanaians, hungry, vulnerable Ghanaians, the main issues that will protect our security and democracy, Dampare, Kandapa, the IGP, Dampare, Kandapa, the president, Bawumia, Alan Chamantin, those people who are supposed to speak on it are all quiet. Why? Because those who are dying are not part of their family. It is very, very important as people. We need to learn how to protect and defend our democracy. What we are experiencing today, some group of people are murdering our democracy. We should not allow that. We are Ghanaians. As Dede Ayo said, we are Black Stars and we will win. We are Ghanaians and we can protect our democracy. Rest in peace, Ahmed Suale. We will not stop. Allah, God in his own wisdom, knows the end of every man. It will happen. We will push to make sure the right thing is done. All right.